Hey folks, welcome to another lecture, and today we are going to talk about layouts. So there was a file which was very confusing maybe for you, that if you go to app and if you check this layout file, I have initially told that this is the entry point of the application, but how exactly is this happening? Let's see. So this layout file is called a layout itself, and this act as a common file or common UI across various pages. So this layout file, which is present at the very top of app directory, this is called root. Okay, this is called root layout, and this has to be present in your applications. Okay, you cannot get rid of this layout.tsx file, and this is mandatory. Mandatory in what sense? So if I just delete this file to recycle and let me run yarn dev, so this you might notice that the layout.tsx file might get generated over here. So let's just wait for it to compile. And yeah, this is I think ready in 0.5 seconds, and let me just refresh localhost 3000. It is now compiling, and you can see that the layout.tsx file is automatically generated. Okay, and use session must be wrapped by in a session provider, and we are getting this error. Maybe if we just, okay, the reason it is not complaining is because this layout.file is not having our changes we made for the session in the previous application, in the previous versions. You notice that we have these many changes done. So I'll just revert my change. Okay, and we have everything app auth provider and other stuffs. But how exactly is this helpful? So as I have said that this file layout.tsx, let me go back. This file act as a common UI between routes between pages. So how can we leverage this part? We can leverage, for example, if you visit any website, for example, imagine this VS Code is a website, and this particular navigation bar which you see at the top is common across every section, every page, and thus this is a very good point where we can put our navigation inside over here, and this would be common across all the routes. All right, so what all routes we have this users route. Okay, we have a home page route, and we also have a dashboard and various kinds of routes. So for example, as a developer, if I create a navigation bar for my application, and I can just create a simple HTML over here just for you. So if I just say maybe header, okay, maybe header and some div saying that nav bar. Okay, nav bar, or I can call this as go to home or view profile, something like that. The moment I save this, I can see go to home and view profile over here, and if I navigate to /dashboard, okay, /dashboard, and let me not check the house. So you can see that in the dashboard page itself we are also getting this navigation. And if I go to another route called as /user/ something, so let me do /user/aaa/post, you can see even in the not found page we have we have this thing navigation. And if I change this to something else, then even on the user page we have. So the main point about this layout file is that this file is present everywhere, okay, on every page. But how do we want that if we have certain groups? Okay, how can we have separate layouts for different type of routes? So this, if any changes you make in the root layout, that is going to be present across the application. Okay, so note one thing, and I hope you have your notebooks ready. This is really very important. So any changes made to the root layout will persist across the application, and that is why this is a good place to put all of your providers, all of your context over here, because this is the entry point of your application. Now for example, being a user, let's suppose we have various pages, right? We have, yeah, I think this is a really good example. So inside dashboard, for example, we have a footer for dashboard page where it says dashboard page, and we also have a footer for the house page where it says it is a house page. So how can we have common UI? How can we have a common UI for this dashboard layout? How can we have a common footer? So if you go to dashboard, okay, this is the route. Inside dashboard, you create a new file called as layout.tsx. Okay, we create one layout, and let me put this over here somewhere, and let me put this layout over here. So you can see that this is a root layout exported with some children, and over here we can create something like export default. So if we export default function, and let's call this as dashboard layout, okay, and as a props we have various kind of props. So if we take inspiration from this particular part, okay, they are having this React node being exported, so I think we can just grab this and put it over here. So we are getting the children, and we have to return something from over here. Okay, so you can see that they are also returning some JSX. So now over here I can maybe return a div, or maybe I can return a fragment. It is up to me. But now since this is a footer, so whatever children is going to be there, the children is going to be present above, and below that we are going to have our footer. So I'll call this as footer. I am the footer. Okay, and let's just save this and go to dashboard again. So now if we go to dashboard, see, you can see the footer. Now if I say dashboard / home house, this is again having a same footer. So we shared a common UI. Okay, so this increased code reusability, and this also helped us keep our code organized. So header, footer, or sidebars, any content which is common inside a particular layout, you just keep it there and your job would be very easy. Now I can also change the ordering. Okay, so if I want, for example, I am a silly coder, for example, so I put the children below. So what would happen is, if you go to application, so you can see that the footer is now above, and whatever children is being passed, that is present over here. And I think there's one confusion with children with you all, that where it is coming from. So the children is nothing but the content from their page.tsx file, and this is also same for this particular children. Okay, this is your entire app inside this particular children, and this is nothing but the page.jsx files or tsx files, whatever. So this was the layout files. But what if this is fine, fine for a route, but we have, let's say for example, we have a logical grouping over here. Okay, we have discussed this before. Now what if I want to create a common layout for this particular group, okay, which we have just created? How can we do that? So for example, if we visit login page right now, so this is login page. Now imagine I want to create an authentication footer for every part. So how exactly can it be achieved? It is really very simple, right? It is really very simple. You just have to grab so which example which you created, yeah, so we created this layout file. I'll just paste this file over here, okay, and I'll call this as I am the auth footer, and whatever is the children, I'll just put it upwards. Now if I go to my application, you can see that I instantly got the footer, right? This is out of the box amazing stuff. And this is also for another route. So which is the other route we are having? We are also having register. So if I check the register file, if I go to, this is also working. So this layout thing also works for the groups. It is also working for individual layouts. And we also talked about the root layout, which is the entry point of our application. So this was all you needed to get comfortable with the file system inside the app folder. And make sure that so the app folder is only containing relevant stuff, which means that it only contains stuffs like routes, pages, layouts. Okay, things other than that are not supposed to be present inside app folder. Okay, if you want to create components, if you want to create context, if you want to create any utility functions, library, or any other schemas, please make sure that these files are present outside of the app folder and not inside, otherwise you may run with some errors. So this was the layout file for you. I hope you understood it. And I think for now this is all you need to get comfortable or get started with the front end part. The front end part is not really that very tough. We have already covered CSR, so not CSR, client component, server components. And since we have covered server components, then whatever things happens with server component, that automatically becomes server side rendering. Then if you have a client component, it becomes client side rendering. The only stuff we are missing right now is the static generation. So I think I should also cover the rendering, how rendering behaves in the application, when to choose CSR, SSR, or static methods, then incremental static methods. Or maybe I can cover these parts as we progress with the application. I think that should be also fine. But yeah, so this was all in this particular lecture. I'll see you guys in the next one.